Hello there, people. Hey, I am back to do another video. We're continuing on with the Halloween series. We're at H20 now, and this is one I watched first time about the same time as like the other ones. And here's the thing with this movie. I initially was okay with it, and that was just because I was getting into the franchise. But the more, I would watch it in years and years, and then around it was either 2017 or 18 is when I noticed how bad this movie was. Like it just, to me, it just doesn't hold up. I'm sorry, as a Halloween film, it just doesn't hold up. It was made at a time when, if y'all remember Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, a lot of these teeny, which besides Scream, I don't look at Scream as a teeny bopper movie, but it does kind of start that, like, late 90s MTV generation slasher. Like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, where they would get, like, these young MTV-like actors, and then they would put them in slasher movies. That was just the thing to do in this time period. And this one, I just doesn't hold up. It doesn't. Michael sucks in it, which I will get to. The music is just trash. They went for like this opera version of the theme, and it just doesn't work. And the kills are weak. So, if all, no, I guess we'll get started now. So the film is supposed to be set after 20 years after the events of Halloween 1 and 2. This film also was the first one that kind of, they don't mention 4 through 6 in this. They only pretty much count the first two, which is disappointing because I think that's where this whole confusion with the timeline really started. They had just kept it linear because in one of the original scripts, there's a scene where Jamie Lloyd is mentioned, but they cut it out. So this film only counts 1 and 2 basically, and so it starts off where at Loomis's retirement home in Illinois. You meet Marion Chambers, who's in the first two movies, and Michael is looking for information about Lori. So Michael kills. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays one of her neighbors, and he's killed off screen with the ice skate in the face, which, in my opinion, I wish they would have shown, but they didn't. I don't remember exactly how the other guy died, and then Marion Chambers is killed by Michael, and then he steals Lori's information, and this is where it's revealed Lori faked her death. She's living in California. If I remember, it's Summer Glen, California, to be specific. Um, she's like a dean at a like private school, and she has nightmares that Michael basically will return for her. And due to her fear, she kind of becomes like an alcoholic in the film. And she's living with their son John, played by fuck, I can't believe I forgot this dude's name. This dude's in a lot of movies. Sorry, if I'm looking to the side, I'm looking for something. I don't like doing this, but because I don't exactly remember the dude's name. But so John is basically has to live with his mother's, basically her fucking issues, and throughout the movie you see them argue, and we also meet his girlfriend. I don't. Josh Hartnett. I'm stupid. Yeah, Josh Hartnett. He was in the 30 Days at Night. I think he's a lot better in that movie. In this one, he just is kind of there. Lori also has a boyfriend. I don't know the dude's name. Michelle Williams plays Josh Hartnett's girlfriend, and it's her and him and his group of friends. I'm just gonna call them randoms. And LL Cool J plays a security guard at a gate named Ronnie. And basically, so the one scene where we see Lori as a teacher or a dean, that was supposed to be the scene where Jamie was mentioned. She was mentioned in like a report a kid did, but they cut it out. of the movie. So basically, throughout the film, Michael's just, and if I'm sorry if I'm gonna be a little bit slow, because nothing happens in the middle. I'm just gonna flat out say it. There's nothing that really happens in the middle. There's a part where Janet Leigh, if you know her, I think she was in The Exorcist, has a quick little role. She's Jamie, if I remember, she's Laurie's mother. It's a very quick little scene just to nod, oh, this is the girl from The Exorcist. But here's the problem, though. This movie still, it is really dull. And in my opinion, just like, so throughout the film, you'll see Myers randomly traveling to California. There's a part where he steals a girl's car keys. He doesn't kill her either. And that's the fucked up thing. Like, nothing happens in the middle of the film. There's a portion of the film where they do like a callback to the original where Michelle Williams' character is looking outside and she sees Michael and then she looks out and he's gone. Kind of like that quick callback. But in my opinion, this movie was only made to capitalize on the 90s of that late 90s horror. Even the music, there's portions of it where it's straight up music from Scream. It's not even like hiding it. It is straight up music from Scream. And so there's like this school field trip to like the mountains, and that Lori initially didn't want John to go, but she decides to let John go. But John's like, nah, him and his friends are gonna stow away at the school for Halloween. And then there's a scene where I think John's trying to buy alcohol at the store and skip school. Lori catches them and basically she drives them back and they get into an argument. And then there's a part where she's looking out a window and you see Myers behind. That's the other part of this film I fucking hate. The constant fake outs, because there's a part where you think it's Michael, but you know it's not because he's still driving on the way to the school. So it just nothing happens in this middle portion. So everyone separates, getting ready for Halloween night. Lori is celebrating with her boyfriend, who's like, I think a dean or another. But, no, I'm stupid. Janet Leigh was in Psycho, not Exorcist. I think I confused her with somebody else. But yeah, so that's kind of what that was. It was just a little callback. Oh, you got the actress from Psycho, which in a way was inspiration for Halloween, you know. So Lori tells her boyfriend about her real past, and then I think she realizes it's Halloween night, and that he came out of with when he was 17, at her when she was 17, and then I think she realized, oh, he might come from my son. So that's when they look for them. Then Michael gets into the school, and the only really cool part of the film, where Lori is looking and she's seeing Michael walk towards her, and she keeps closing her eyes, thinking he's gone. No, he kept walking towards her, and then he disappeared again. And basically, I'm sorry if I'm not going to go into detail about the kills. A lot of the kills are very memorable. Very forgettable. It's very much just stabbings, and that's all. So he starts killing Josh Hartnett's group of friends. Then you have this big chase scene. And oh my god, I gotta mention, the masks were fucking terrible. Because what happened was, the mask in the beginning of the film was a repurposed mask from from Halloween 6. And then they were gonna have but then they either forgot and just kept switching the mask, and oh my god, they were all bad. They all looked like masks you would just basic Michael Myers masks, no detail. One of them you have the big buggy eye, so you can see part of his eye, and that's what really, you should not be seeing Michael's eye. That is the one thing. It's one thing if you see his eyeball for a quick second, but when you're showing his whole eye, it just, ugh. Chris Duran was not scary as Michael at all, especially following Halloween 6, how badass Myers was in that, and then we just come to this movie. He's fucking weak. So, the big chase scene happens. Michael gets fucking Michelle throws a rock at Michael or something. He gets taken out. It's so stupid. And then he continues to chase him. Josh and John and his girlfriend meet up with Lori and her boyfriend. Michael kills her boyfriend because her boyfriend accidentally shoots Ronnie because he thought he was Michael. So after that happens, you have a callback to Halloween 2 where Michael stabs her Lori's boyfriend with the knife and then lifts him up. You know, kind of a callback to Halloween 2 from that one part. It's still not as good though. It's just nah. You have this weird part Michael holding himself up with one arm on a pole. That was stupid too. And then Lori and Michael basically have a final face off. She basically tells John, she gets John and his girlfriend out of the school. Oh, I should mention there's one part where it's like I think John's friends who both are girls. They're in their dorm, and on the screen you can see Scream 2, which I get they did that in Scream 1 with let's play Halloween, but that's because Halloween is a classic. Halloween should not be taken from Scream. That is my one issue with this movie. Halloween should not be taking inspiration from Scream. It should be the other way around. And you could tell, I think the Weinsteins who owned the company at the time, which we're not going to get into what the shit he did, was he basically was like, you know what, we saw that Scream worked, I know what you did last summer worked, let's just bring Halloween back, but do the same fucking tactic, and it just it doesn't work for Halloween. Halloween should not feel like just a teeny bop. It feels like, I think I heard somebody say it feels like Dawson's Creek. If Michael Myers was on the set of Dawson's Creek, because John's friends especially feels like Dawson's Creek characters, just very one note, just, and like I said, the score is terrible. There's portions of the film they straight up play music from Scream, like the chase music from Scream. If you know that, they played that in this movie. And okay, so Lori has the final face off. This is where the movie kind of picks up because the middle portion is boring as fuck. People like to say Halloween 2 is kind of boring, but at least Halloween 2 builds the tension. Same with Halloween 1. I'm not saying there needs to be a bunch of kills. I'm not one of those. And as much as I love kills, I understand you can't have kills every scene. But my God, you gotta have the tension being built. There's no tension being built. It's just boring. Ugh, I hate this movie. This is one of the most overrated Halloween films, but I'll get to the more of the rant in the end. I'm gonna continue. Sorry about that. A trash truck just came. Usually about this time, yeah. A trash truck comes, so I'll just talk over it, but... So, Lori and Michael have a final face-off. She has, like, an axe. I'll admit, the scene where she's, like, calling his name, holding the axe, is really good. They have a chase. There is a part that I think is a bit goofy, where he chases her up into, like, it's like the cafeteria / kitchen. And Lori is, like, throwing knives at him, and he's, like, dodging. It is really corny. But then I think she hits him with a few, and then he falls off raffle, like a railing, and then falls onto a table. And this is where the medics come, and this is where Lori goes crazy. She steals an ambulance, which Michael's in. She crashes it, makes him fly out the window. And then she runs him over and pins him to a tree. And, you know, he holds his hand out. And, you know, you have this little moment. I think she holds her hand out too really quick, and then she chops his head off. I'll just say right here, that wasn't Michael. I'll just say it in this review, because I'll explain it more when we get to Resurrection. Sorry about that. When we get to Resurrection. Give me a sec. I'm going to wait till this garbage truck leaves. Sorry, it's gonna keep like making noise. Whatever, I'll just go through it. So that wasn't Michael. And Resurrection, even though I know I'm jumping to the next movie. So basically, he switches bodies with a medic who found him. He crushed his larynx. It doesn't make sense the more I think about it. Crushed his larynx, and then he switched to the EMT. He walks off. So that wasn't Michael she beheaded. And then when she does it, I'll admit, they played the classic theme after this. Don't know why they didn't play this the whole fucking movie. This movie sucks. It is really painfully dull. The opening was cool, and that was because that was the only part of the movie where the mask was actually decent. But then they don't use it. And then, there's a part where Laurie and Michael see each other for the first time. You think that'd be cool, but it's this shitty CGI mask, and it just... This is such a bad movie. I'm sorry. Like, I don't get some people how they put this up there with, like, Halloween 1 and 2. I'm like, it's not even better than Halloween 5. I'm sorry. I'd watch Halloween 5 before I'd watch this. Even Resurrection, which I will get to. I'm not saying Resurrection's not bad, but this one just, it tries so hard to be good, but the score is weak. Ronnie, LL Cool J's character is the only one I kind of care about. I mean, obviously, besides Laurie. But there's nothing to it. I just think this movie... The characters aren't that great. John's kind of boring, to be honest. He's just there. He doesn't stand out. I don't know why they should have just kept 4 through 6 canon. What's another thing about this movie? Like, it is terribly paced. Like, the opening, which is cool, but then the middle portion, just like I've been saying, nothing really happens in it until the last act, and I think that to me doesn't save it for me. Like, this is, in my opinion, of the original 8, this is the worst to me. And I understand some people are going to say that's blasphemous because it should be Resurrection, but at least Resurrection, outside of a certain part I will get to when I review that film, Myers was at least good in it, and he had some decent kills in it. The kills were weak, Michael was weak, the walk was weak, and the mask, like, the buggy eye masks, they look like cheap fucking generic Michael Myers masks you would find at Party City. Especially at that time. It just, man, there was no walk. What makes this worse, this is the follow-up to Halloween 6, which one I love. And especially just for a Myers film, how badass Myers was in that, and this is just weak. I think I heard somebody compare it to kind of how we go from gritty Batman Returns to super clean Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. I think that's what this feels like to me. I'm not saying Halloween H2O is as bad as those movies. I won't necessarily say that. But it does feel like that. The grittiness and the tone of Halloween 6. And we go from that to this super clean. Even the way it's shot, it looks like it's shot like a TV show. That's the other problem I have with it. It doesn't look like a movie. It's shot like a TV show. It's shot like Dawson's Creek. Oh, Michael Myers is in it, but not real Michael Myers. This shitty... and I don't have a problem. Christian Rand might be a decent dude. He was terrible Myers. And, God. The mask on the fucking promo picture is a lot better. Because you at least don't see the eye. If they had just did that, fine. The mask can still suck. Because even the mask in Halloween 5 sucks. But you don't see his eyes, so you at least... fuck this movie. So, yeah, guys. That was my rant. It's not even really a review of Halloween H2O. I'm going to say it again. This film is weak. I don't think it's the worst one of them all. Because obviously it's Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But this one, just of the original 8, is not good. And it doesn't age well. This one is one I skip. I'm sorry. So yeah, this film sucks. So other than that, I just want to get that out there. My Halloween Resurrection review will be tomorrow. So other than that, guys, I'll talk to you guys next time. Take one more puff, and then I'm on my way out. Peace.